So first things first, Christmas jumper alert. Are you, yeah, I can leave them or take them kind of person, or, oh my God, I can't wait till the 1st of December so I can get it out? Or are you, no, they should be all burnt. I quite like my Christmas jumper, and wherever you sit with it, you're going to be graced with it for the remainder of this video to bring a little bit of festive cheer to my offerings tonight. So I want to share something with you that if I was in charge this year or had some level of power over the health in our country, this is one of the things that I would love to have mandated. We've had a lot of different recommendations and things that are mandated, and this is one thing that I would love to see added to the list. Whether you are 10 years old or 90 years old, whatever your state of health is, this is so simple and so easy to do and so accessible that it's open to all, open to everybody. So what are we talking about? Deep breathing, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Trasa here from Natural Back Health. Let's talk a little bit about deep breathing. So this is something that brings many health benefits. I'm not going to go through all of them. We'd be here all night otherwise. But I'm going to give you 2 significant benefits that I see as significant. But as I said, there's so many benefits on it. And it's becoming more known and more mainstream that people are aware of the power of deep tummy breathing and slow breathing and relaxed breathing. So one of the first benefits is that it switches on your parasympathetic nervous system. Now, what does that mean? You kind of think, that's a big word. But basically, you have a part of your nervous system that does all the automatic things that you don't need to think about. You don't need to think about, oh yeah, I must take another breath, or oh, I must keep my heart beating. You don't need to think about that. And within that part of your nervous system, there's an accelerator button and there's a brake button. The accelerator button is the sympathetic. That's the one where you're busy, maybe stressed with stuff. It's adrenaline, it's cortisol, it's all those things kicking off where your body thinks it's being chased by a bear, but really for you it could be any number of things. It could be a phone call from a person that you don't like. It could be your boss telling you something. It could be something happening with your partner. It doesn't need to be the bear anymore, but that's what your body thinks is happening. Then the other side to that is the parasympathetic, and that's the brake button. And we need both sides. We need the accelerator and we need the brake. But we're kind of working the accelerator a little bit too much. And we need to practice switching on the brake button. And everything that happens when you're switching on the brake button is essential to health. That's when you are digesting, healing, your body's doing housework. And very importantly this year, that's when your immune system can do a lot of its really good work. When you switch on the accelerator, your body goes, priorities, downgrades the immune system and focuses on the task in hand, which maybe is not what you want, but that's how the body works. So we need to have a balance between time using the accelerator button and time using the brake button. So how does breathing come into all of this? So when you do deep, slow, diaphragmatic breaths, so first of all, diaphragm, that's another big word. Your diaphragm is one of your breathing muscles and it sits at the base of your ribs. It's kind of like an umbrella shaped muscle. And when you take a breath in, it goes down. When you take a breath out, it goes up. So that's why when you breathe in, your tummy goes out, because that muscle is pushing down. Not exactly pushing, but it's coming down, and therefore your tummy rises out and softens back in when you breathe out. So it's working that muscle, deep diaphragmatic breathing. And when you do slow belly breathing, it switches on that break button. It's a really easy, simple, I don't know if I like the word hack, but it's kind of used quite a lot now. But it is very simple way to switch it on, particularly the out breath. The out breath, having that out breath slow, easy, soft, relaxed, that really helps switch on the break. And the thing about breathing, tummy breathing, is it's portable. Wherever you are, you can do it. It's free. It's not a fancy product that you need to buy. It's not the latest app. It's just deep tummy breathing. Now, the other aspect to a health benefit of deep tummy breathing, and that's related to your low back. So those of you that have maybe some tension in your low back or some tightness in your low back, you can find benefits from slow tummy breathing. So your diaphragm, as we were talking about before, has some connections with low back muscles. So when you work your diaphragm through tummy breathing, you're also helping to connect into those low back muscles, and it can help release tension or tightness within those low back muscles. So it's like an indirect way of helping your low back, and layering that on top of your switching on the brake button, you're letting your body go into its healing mode. So if you have tension in your low back, if you have tightness in your low back, turning on the brake will help your body overall, and then indirectly those connections between the diaphragm and your low back muscles can help with that tension and tightness too. So they're just two of the benefits of your tummy breathing, of deep tummy breathing. There are many more, but as I said, we'll be here all night if we go through all of them. So let's do some deep tummy breathing. I'm going to show you the basics or how to access it. So often people will find when they first start doing this, they just say, I can't do this. My breath is up here. This is where I breathe. So in the beginning, it can be a little bit tricky. But the thing to remember is you have done this in the past. If you look at any infant, toddler, small child basically, and you watch their breathing, they'll all be breathing into their tummy. You'll see their tummy moving in and out, in and out. And then with our lifestyle, the kind of things that we do as we grow into child, teenager and adult, our breathing becomes more shallow. It comes up into the neck muscles and the higher chest area. And that becomes our regular habit rather than the deep tummy breathing. So you have done it. It's just that connection, the mind, body, brain body connection is kind of turned down a little bit, and we need to turn back up the volume on that connection. So, okay. So to start with, when you're doing this for the first time, or you're trying to build your practice on this, it's good to do it lying down, just because it's easier. So there's a little bit more constriction if you're sitting with this. And the first thing to do is rest one hand over your breastbone, the other hand over your belly button, and just breathe and see what you notice. See where's the movement of your breath, breathing in and out, and just seeing, is it mostly in my chest here? Is it 50-50 between the two? Or maybe like it's 70-30. Just see what you can feel. And then when you're trying to do the tummy breaths, basically you're looking to have the movement underneath your hand on your belly button. So, I'll give you an example. Okay, so two things that you could notice hopefully there is my tummy expanding and rising, and then as I breathe out, my tummy is softening and sinking. There is some movement in my chest area, but most of the movement is going on in my tummy. Then the second thing you'll notice is the slowness of my breath. So give or take, I'm breathing into maybe a count of 4, and I'm breathing out to a count of about 6. I'm also breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. And again, just to point out that I'm breathing, my breath out is slower. And as I said previously, the slow out breath helps switch on the brakes, that calming, resting, healing side of your nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. So it's as simple as that, but it's one of those things where it's simple, but then in the beginning maybe you kind of think, I don't know if I can do this. It's simple when you know how, and I do this every day. I show clients every day, so for me it's quite easy. But I do appreciate in the beginning, sometimes when you're doing it for the first time, it can be a little bit difficult, but remembering that you have done it in the past, it's just turning up the connection and building the connection. So again, you're breathing in and you're breathing out through the mouth. Nice and relaxed. And it's as simple as that. Okay, so I hope that gave you a little bit of an idea about diaphragmatic or deep belly breathing, and it has super benefits. And it's a practice. It's not something to do once and expect magic wand waves over you and all is well. It's something that you do every day, whether that's 2 minutes of it before you head to sleep, whether it's 10 minutes of it, or even 30 seconds. So 30 seconds you would get 3 deep breaths, and if you just do that while the kettle is boiling, standing there and just seeing, can I get that tummy breath working? Am I noticing my tummy moving? And seeing what you can notice about your breath and what you can notice about your body. Okay guys, now the other thing that I am doing also with it, which involves a portion of it, we work on our breath, is Align and Connect. This is an online course that I am doing, or an online practice is really the word that I'm bringing into it. The last one of this series is tomorrow night, and then I'll be starting an 8-week series again in January. And this is all about connecting in with the body, a lot of somatic work and breath work and affirmations, and really building that mind-body connection. And it's specifically aimed at the spine, the body and the mind. Okay guys, I hope you got some benefit from that. If you've tried it, give me some feedback. I'd love to hear how you're doing with it.